if your parents aren't genetic freaks or played sports on a high level, don't
I
even
know the
worry.
exact video
Yeah.
that you're talking about.
Don't even worry about literally seriously investing into sports like that. Because if you start to go to these college campuses, no, there's no more, oh, I just, plopped off the farm and my dad was a farmer, my mom was a farmer, and they have an 8th grade education and I'm, freak of nature and I'm able to play football. No. Kids walking into the leagues, not one or two, all of them nowadays are products of athlete man, athlete woman, Division I, pro, all that, coming together, having a kid, and then playing that way. The genetic lottery.
The Ball brothers.
Yeah. The genetic lottery is rigged, chat. I'm here to tell you it's rigged.
But Austin Rivers was on ESPN talking about how, like, I'm not a fan of. I really hope LeBron and Bronny teaming up doesn't happen.
I think.
And the title and thumbnail made it seem like it was hate, but it really wasn't. If you found it, it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah. Austin Rivers isn't really trending like that. No disrespect.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I hope it doesn't happen. I don't want to see Bronny play with his dad. I really don't.
Why?
I went through something similar. It was a very similar situation, but also different. I was already in the NBA when I went to go play for him. What happens is a lot of people start to discredit everything that you've done. This kid has been in the limelight since he was born. First day on Instagram, he had 1 million followers. He's handled it so well. He's played well in Sierra Canyon amongst talent and was able to get himself to a school like USC. Right now, his numbers don't scream pro. So if he is to go in the draft or if he gets picked, it'd be great to get picked up by a contending team that could help him, put him in a situation, because he does have talent. He does have basketball IQ. He has potential. Him going and play with his dad at this point in his career, just because Bronny's success isn't at a top tier level,
right?
Him getting drafted and playing with his dad, I don't want that negativity to come his way because he doesn't deserve it. He's not a top 10 pick. He's not a lottery pick. He's none of those things. I was all those things. And then still, when I went to go play for the Clippers, people were like, oh, you're only in the league because you're that. After me being the number 1 player in the United States 2 years prior.
Right.
This is a whole different situation. And at a different level, because, Doc's great. LeBron James is the most popular basketball player to ever play other than who? Maybe Michael Jordan?
Right.
It just would be a lot, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I hope for the kid that he's able to not only play in the NBA, but play somewhere where he can kind of niche out his own identity. His name's already Bronny. You know what I mean? Everything that we talked about with him, it always kind of folds back to his dad, rightfully so. He plays for USC, and his dad plays down the street for the Lakers. It's just an insane situation, and the way he's handled it, I'm a fan of Bronny. I really am, but I hope it goes somewhere else. I really do.
Fan of a kid is crazy, but I don't disagree. And honestly, if he does end up in the league after this year, it will probably end up being LeBron's biggest regret.
Yeah. The pressures are way too high, bro. That's a lot of expectations to put on a guy who, that doesn't deserve it. Sounds crazy hate, but I know a lot of people are gonna be comparing him to LeBron, especially with the fact that they're playing. Even though bro should honestly be a second round pick from what everyone is saying, if not a late first round pick. He already one of the clips I've seen from LeBron is him saying one of the proud moments I had with Bronny is when he went up to LeBron and said, yo, I want to go to the league, but I also want to change my name from LeBron to Bronny to separate myself from you. So I don't know. It just seems like with the whole Bronny and LeBron situation, it's just important to acknowledge at the very least that this is a selfish move for LeBron. This is more so a thing for LeBron's satisfaction than it is for Bronny. Now, if you feel like LeBron has earned that because of all he's done for the league, this, that, and the third, I think that's the conversation to really have. But baseline, bro, he's not doing this for Bronny. He wants to say he played with his son in the league. So.
Yeah, we haven't heard Bronny speak out against and/or for it, to my knowledge, or I haven't. So I don't know how Bronny feels. What I will say is if he wants to play with his pops too, it's a cool idea. And we're all saying the same thing. So one would believe, well, if we're all saying that nobody should treat him nah, we know the people that aren't watching the podcast. We know the people that aren't on stage right now. It's inevitable at some point. Bronny shoots an air ball or something. His dad would never, or other shit like that. We know it's going to happen. I even looking at the numbers. Omar, I'm a college casual. To be honest, if they really were serious about going about it, funny enough, I might even sound a little hypocritical here. Sound like he needs to sit another year, because it doesn't seem like if you're gonna have Bronny play next to LeBron James, he needs to be surefire, as Souls was saying, with what his floor is. And the fact that he is like a raw talent kind of guy, it's actually a storm for a disaster, in the sense of, here's a guy with potential, here's a guy with raw talent, but he hasn't put it all together, and he's gonna play with the most complete player in NBA history, who just happens to be his father and share his fucking name. It's literally a storm for disaster. Bronny won't deserve what's gonna happen. It won't be from me. It won't be from anyone on stage, anything like that. But unfortunately, we know the trolls at the floor. The trolls gonna troll, and what's likely to happen is, hey man, it's a dark game. Souls knows this. Omar knows this as well. It's a dark game. Niggas gonna want that title and thumbnail, and they gonna go. That's not even gonna be right, bro. Unless he's way better than we're all projecting him to be, and I hope that's the case. That's not even gonna be right. So it's gonna be nasty, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he's my, Bron is my GOAT, but like I said earlier, this would be his biggest regret, biggest mistake. Don't care about the decision. Don't care about going to LA. None of that stuff. Rushing to have this self-satisfaction, rushing his son's career to have this self-satisfaction is cool. There's no need to chase the contract. There's no need to speed up the timeline, because what people don't really understand is, you rush to, all right, we're gonna start your career early so you can have more NBA contracts. But if you don't last that long, then there's no need to have a conversation about you getting a bunch of NBA contracts. I think it'd be best if he stayed multiple years, especially I think after the injury, this should have not, been a conversation. This should have ceased to exist after the injury. So when you rush to get into the league and only last 5 years, what did you do it for? When you rush to get in the league and you don't really build fundamental basketball skills, what did you do it for? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, they're not down there learning fundamental basketball skills. They're not learning any type of, tangible skills that will translate to the NBA for real. They might be working on some skills offset, but they working to get to that next level, do some ad campaigns and all that other stuff, man.
And like what BG said in the chat and what Sage said earlier, bro, like the next 2 years, I think for Bronny, it would be so much beneficial for his life, just from a fun perspective. I know that's crazy, but like being Bronny at USC sounds so much more fun than being LeBron's son in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And like having all this pressure on you, bro. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, his school lit up. I ain't gonna lie. You in LA, your daddy is down the street, he's still hooping. You get the easy tickets to the Lakers games, all that. It's not like this is your team this year, but next year that's a real possibility. You could be leading the helm, you could recruit some kids or whatever. The women's team is good too. You got Juju Watkins. Y'all could do some loving basketball.
I'll play all 4 years if I'm Bronny, for real. If I'm him.
That might be kind of crazy. But it's a lot of hoes. You getting some money now. It's not like it's not like you broke at college, because you was never gonna be broke in college anyway, because your dad is LeBron James, but you getting your own money. So at that point, I don't understand. Besides your dad's legacy, and besides these conversations about getting into the GOAT conversation has to start early now, like I really do not get it. I do not get it.
I won't say I don't get it though, because ultimately I'm not gonna gloss over how like cool it would be for their family to be able to say that if Bronny's into it. If this is just a LeBron thing, I'm not gonna go on the limbs of bad dad, but I will say, oh yeah, this is just you trying, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, like let Bronny make his decisions, but we don't know what they want. And Bronny might be 100% on board with it. And if that's the case, I'm for it, but I know what might happen, and I don't want that to happen. Well, fuck might. It will happen. Somebody's gonna want that click, and I don't want that to happen. Bro.
Yo, side note, Vic's about to have a quad. He has a potential to have a quad dub. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
you just need assists, but it's probably
5 assists.
5. Yeah, he ain't getting that shit. But
27, 14, 5, 2, and 10. Oh my God, bro.
I'm gonna get on the hose. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I said. Play all 4 years, bro.
Me and
Bronny at
Juju-
USC as a senior. Come on, man.
Me and Juju would recreate 11 basketball. Juju Watkins, man. Number she.
Oh
Actually,
yeah. I was my dumb ass thought Juju Smith-Schuster.
no. Juju Watkins down there. She hooping. You know that team is finna come up. Both USC teams is coming up. Let's do some love and basketball content. Yeah, man. I don't know, because the idea of being in the league and still being regarded as LeBron James' son with my daddy following, like with my daddy there, that don't even really sound cool. But
Yeah, the only advantage is something that we haven't brought up. Someone brought up legacy. Be damned the legacy. LeBron's legacy is cemented, and Bronny's legacy as his father's son wouldn't do much. What I would say is, I don't know why I said that. What I will say is, LeBron would be able to help him mature at an exponential rate in the NBA, potentially. Depending on how he goes about it, he can either shelter him too much or he can exponentially help Bronny know what he wants to get out of the league, even if he's not destined for greatness. So there's definitely advantages. I'm not going to gloss over it. But at the end of the day, the question will always be, is it worth it? That comes down to one, admittingly, Bronny's talent. Because if Bronny's just that damn good, it don't fucking matter. But two, more importantly, is he ready to go through the bullshit? And I like how whoever was just on, I forgot who was talking initially on the clip. But yeah, Bronny has handled this rather well. So if he can handle this shit, go for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of other players' regrets,